Interesting start of the morning. Interesting start of the work morning. I went to work this morning. It was about 8:30 a.m. I decided to go outside and sweep the leaves off in front of the establishment like I usually do. I grabbed the broom out the closet, and walked out the door. And then I heard a click. You ever had that moment when something sounds and it's like, oh no, this is not happening. This did not just happen. Oh my goodness. I turned around and the door was closed. Locked. Here it is, 8:30 in the morning. Thank God it wasn't too hot or too cold outside. And I was underneath the awning. It was drizzling some. And I did have on my sweater. So it's about 55, 60 degrees. And I'm outside with a broom. And the office door is locked. You might say, oh, that ain't no problem. Just get your key. My key's on my table in the office. You might say, oh, no problem. Just get your phone and call somebody. My phone is on the desk where I just put it before I came outside. Yeah. So I stood there pondering both of those things, double checking my pocket to see maybe I had the keys on, but no, they were inside. Oh my gosh. Then I looked in the park. I would look towards the parking lot, towards the van that I drove to work, and I'm like, well, maybe I could go in there and get something. This is thoughts that's passing in my mind, and I had to put that one away because my keys for the van is inside with the other keys. Okay. And of course, the thoughts of how could you? Why would you do that? You what? Come on! And I'm like, this must be a dream. One of those things that you feared would happen and you're always taking precaution that would never happen. It's got to be a dream. And I looked around. No, this is not a dream. This is really happening. Oh my Lord. I'm going to tell you right now. So I stood there and I'm like, I know nobody out here. I know nobody else out here has a key to this building. What am I going to do? And I knew that someone that has the key would be there around 11 or 12 o'clock maybe. I'm like, oh my gosh, can you imagine me just standing out here with a broom for 3 hours waiting for somebody to come maybe and open the door? I'm going to tell you right now, it got really quick. So, oh Jesus, now I can laugh. That was a serious situation right there. And so I remembered that I had like 20 minutes earlier went to the Food Line that's right there on the same strip, like a 2-minute walk underneath the lawn to get there. I just had went there earlier to purchase some things, and I had so I said and I had said, well, let me go to Food Line and talk to somebody who has a phone. See if I could call somebody that has a key that'll be able to come and let me back in. So, mind you, earlier I had went to Food Line, bought some stuff, and on my way out there was a worker that was standing by the door, and I smiled at her and I said good morning, and I walked out, and she had replied as well. But when I went back in, I made a beeline straight to her. I said to her, I gotta ask you a quick question. I said, I got a situation. I said, I work down there at Notary, and I locked myself out. Can I use your phone to call somebody so they could come in and let me in? And she was so sweet. She said, sure, here, you will have, you sure can use my phone. She said, do you know the number you want to call? I said, no. Why? Because all of our phone numbers are in our phone. And that's just like, that's right, we don't really remember numbers anymore. Because we're so accustomed not to just picking up our phone and just hitting the person's name and dialing. And I was like, okay. So she said, so you want me to go ahead and look up the business? I said, yeah, please. So she looked up the business and she called the number, and I'm thinking to myself, the phone is going to ring, and I'm the one that's supposed to be there answering the phone. But hopefully it'll roll over if nobody answers, and it'll roll over to somebody else, and they'll answer it. Somebody's not there, of course. So she called, I listened, it rang, and yeah, nobody answered. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do right now? So here I am standing in the middle of the food line with this awesome young lady that's trying to help me out. I'm thinking, how am I going to get in touch with the person that has the keys that's able to let me back in? But I thank God, because surely he dropped this nugget. Call my number, which I know because it's my number, and check my voicemail. Surely there got to be some messages in there from someone who I know, whose number I can call, who will be able to get in touch with the person who has the keys. It sounded complicated, but let me tell you something, it made a whole lot of sense. So I called my phone. Thank God I remember that number. It got into my voicemail, listened to my messages, and sure enough, the person that has the keys had left me a message yesterday, so I had the voicemail actually returned the call. And then I had to explain to her how I locked myself out. Yeah. She said, no problem. She laughing. Yeah. So I told the young lady, thank you. I left, returned back to the outside of the office, picked back up my broom, and continued sweeping. Well, let me tell you right now, the nugget that the Lord dropped in my spirit. For surely he said, you know how you talk to God when you go through situations, and when you don't go through, you're just talking to him, you know what I'm saying? And I was reflecting on what happened, and I promise you, it was a teaching moment. Because he said, even as you stood there in that situation, not knowing what to do or how to do it, and a situation that looked impossible, you had choices. You could stand there and continue looking at the situation, continue being frozen in place by the situation, or you can look for possible solutions, and then start working on it, start going towards it, start moving to it. And he truly really made me understand that. He told me nothing is impossible for you. Oh my God. So I'm sharing that for some laughter as well as just some shared nuggets. Nothing is impossible for us. Yes, we are challenged. We will be challenged. Yes, there'll be trials. Yes, there'll be difficult situations. The main thing is, don't stay there looking at the problem. Don't stay there, be frozen by the problem. Don't beat yourself up because of the problem, whether you caused it or not. Look for a possible solution. get moving, get to it. All right. Y'all have a great day.